Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I just wanted to make a video of something that I've been planning to do for like years. I think to be more specific, probably like 3 years ago when I started sort of this journey of conscious living. You know, this when people say uh, um, you conscious living. You know, you learn to live with a conscious mind. And for me, I mean, I'm turning 40 this year, so I think really when I was 37 or 36, somewhere there, I was probably at my lowest. Oh my God, I was so miserable. Like, I was so miserable. And what is so interesting is that most of the misery was self-inflicted, you know. It's crazy. But, you know, obviously at the time you're not conscious of the fact that you are inflicting this misery on yourself. So, but it's fine, because when you get consumed by something, what it does is it allows you to start then finding answers or solutions to the problem, because at that time I was just really so miserable, you know. I mean, there was very little that anybody could probably do to bring sunshine into my life. It's a number of things, you know, that obviously happened. I mean, adulting is difficult, really. Adulting is a trap. But yeah, so today I just wanted to really make this video of, I don't want to say how I traded my misery for bliss. I want to say how I am trading, because it is a continuous process, you know. So really this video is called How I Am Trading My Misery for Bliss. And it's beautiful, you know. Um, so just predominantly in my life, I get really asked two questions a lot. These two questions are the biggest questions that I receive in my life. People really like to ask me, why do I laugh so much? I laugh a lot. So today I'm going to tell you why, you know, obviously I laugh. I just laugh. I think also in my nature, I just love laughing. I even see it in my daughter. She really loves laughing. And then the other thing is, people say, why are you so brave or bold? Because they say things I do, or, you know, are things that not any ordinary person would do, because they are crazy. So they say, how do I manage to not be bothered by what somebody else will think of my action? Uh, yeah, I think just generally, I was always like that. If it made sense in my mind, I go with it. I have never been somebody who like just really is focused on the external, who gonna think. But I think definitely as I grew up, I have been sort of acquired the skill to be more compassionate. Maybe think about, even if I wanted to crack a joke, maybe it's not gonna make somebody feel all right, you know. So those are the things that have come with my journey of conscious living. And in my humble opinion, I would say it's going for probably 4 years now, just probably like 3 years and a half that I started this journey. So really, I mean, trading misery for bliss is not easy. It takes time, really takes time. So today I just wanted to just talk about the 6 things that really allow me to, at any given time, I have the license to make myself happy or to make myself miserable. And yo, it took me forever. I never thought I'd get here, but I am here. And I just wanted to share with you guys, like, how am I continuously doing this? Because remember, you know, you can't say you're going to be happy and joyful every day, but really, when you live consciously, you are able to take any situation and react to it the way you desire. So you don't let circumstance and situations dictate your mood, because remember, a thought leads to an emotion. So now when you are living consciously, you choose the right thoughts. You don't entertain the thoughts that you know are going to weaken you and make you sad. And why would you do that? Another thing for me, I literally can party by myself. I don't need company. My husband says this is a problem, but for me, it is bliss, because I can have a party by myself. And if somebody joins me, great. But if nobody joins me, I can have a party by myself. It is beautiful. I just want to tell you about these 6 things that I really used to trade my misery for bliss. I love it. One of the key things for me, especially because I'm a firstborn, is I stopped allowing my memory to control me. Yes, when you're a firstborn, and just more specifically about my life, a lot of things have happened to me, a lot of things that are not nice. Sometimes I even say I'm a cat, I've got 9 lives. And I'd like to sometimes post and say I'm on my 7th life, because that's how much drama I've seen. But once I understood that my history or my memories are something obviously to be concerned about, but they cannot control me. So what happened to me is not me. So I can choose what I want to be. So that was the first thing. I stopped allowing my history to control me. People wake up miserable. Why? Because they keep recycling the undesirable past that has happened to them. Guys, don't do it. Stop allowing your past to control you. Ne? Then the second thing that I really, this is quite profound, or it was very profound for me, is, we are brought up being told to, who is your role model? And actually, these things are some of the things that sometimes lead to self-destruction. So when I learned to not look up to someone, and at the same time, never look down on someone, this thing brought me so much freedom. I literally acquired the ability to accept things and people for what they are, and not what I want them to be. This is very important. The minute you accept things and people for who they are and what they are, you are going to, kill so much in terms of your mental struggles, because most of the struggles are you want things to be a particular way, and the minute they are not the way that you don't want them to be, they are leading to you being miserable in that. So the second one is not to look up to somebody and never to look down on somebody. Then the third one, and I think this one we probably acquire from our schooling system. Honestly, I have to blame someone for this one. Crazy, crazy, crazy. One thing I eventually stopped doing was to make assumptions and using these assumptions to draw conclusions. I learned that 90% of the time, these assumptions and conclusions were wrong. So then what I did is I learned to ask. And it's not just about the asking. The thing is, when you ask, you also sort of need to build the ability to accept the answer that you receive. If you don't accept the answer, you are going to be stuck in a back and forth loop of why. So we need to stop making assumptions and drawing conclusions, guys. Just try this. If you are not sure about something, or something looks a little bit shady to you, do not assume or draw a conclusion. Just ask. You will be surprised how this will change your life. So that's number 3. Stop making assumptions and stop drawing conclusions. Then the fourth one was removing all boundaries that you have set. Like what I did is, at the top of the list, right, is Lwazi? At the top of the list is self-limiting beliefs. That, these things we're not even conscious about having them in our lives, having them in our minds, but they're there. So the minute I made an effort in identifying my boundaries and actually removing them, Yo, it was beautiful. So what I did is I allowed myself to get answers by exploring. So I literally adopted a seeker's mentality. Yo, it is so beautiful, because when you are a seeker, you actually assume that you know nothing. It is the most beautiful place to be. You know nothing, and you just exploring and asking questions to get answers to the questions that you have. Because if you think you know it all, it's literally you're on your deathbed, you are mentally you are dead. So actually adopting a seeker's mentality is the most awesome feeling. Guys, just do it. I think the way we have been cultured sets boundaries for us, societal norms, stereotyping, and all of these things. So then, I mean, obviously, when you're older, you have you give yourself the permission to remove all these boundaries. So what I'm saying is ask questions, adopt a seeker's mentality. So my fourth one is just removing boundaries, more specifically boundaries that you have set for yourself. The ones that other people have set for you are not even a starter for me. They are there, but I think the minute you are like probably 24, those things you can easily overcome. But the boundaries you set for yourself are really a thing. So adopt a seeker's mentality. Oh, then the most beautiful one is I learned to utilize and optimize my imagination. Yeah, this is one powerful faculty that human beings possess. Yo, you know what? Before you can achieve or become something that you desire, unfortunately, you have to start by being it and seeing it in your subconscious mind. Once you can imagine it, you can totally have it because your imagination has the power to manifest anything you desire into and turn it into your reality. Actually, I acquired the skill back in 2000, but I was actually not aware, or rather, at the time, I didn't know what it was called. Like I didn't know that manifesting was a thing. And for me, it literally started with me studying overseas, right? So the reality that I lived was not by miles what I wanted. So I lived a lot of what I really wanted in the imagination. And what that really does, hey, it turns you into this, mm, you know, uh, 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 you become loaded with ammunition, like literally anything and at that time, me passing my degree to come back home and living the life that I wanted was like really a thing. And I pictured it. I said, well, the day I graduate, this is what's going to happen with my life. You know, studying and and to say, oh, this is not permanent. This is like short lived. I'm going to, when I am done with this, I am going to live this way. Ah, and I tell you now, it happened exactly the way I imagined it. It's so that was like called and it's really, you need to stop testing people. I did it, you do it. It's just wrong. Let's just step away from doing this. Stop testing people, because these very tests that you are putting for people, even you will not pass them. Stop having high expectations from people. The only person that you can have expectations from is yourself. I'm telling you now, everyone is so busy trying to save themselves. Nobody is going to prioritize you, I assure you. So stop testing people. It's not going to do anything for you. And if somebody does pass a test, it is it is accidental. It's not because they try. That test you've set for someone, even you yourself would not pass it. I'm telling you now, you will stop doing that. Because why? It is also part of just accepting people for who they are and not what you want them to be. Then the other thing, the last one that is really important is terminating the blame game. And just start being accountable. The minute you take responsibility for your actions is the minute you are going to um, see. The minute you take responsibility for your actions is the minute you are going to see things starting to go more the way that you want them to go. Because if a circumstance, a situation makes you unhappy, right, meaning it affects you, it means you played some role in it. Whether it was direct or indirect is not important. What is important is that you learn the lesson, and then in future you will do better. Because at the time you did what you did with what you knew best. So you just need to start accounting more, because it's very easy to blame people. I'm not this, I didn't do this because somebody didn't do that and that for me. Stop blaming people. This life is yours. You need to own your life. Finish and clear. So then, these are just the six things that I wanted to share. So the first one was stop allowing your memory to control you. Second one was never look up to somebody and never look down on somebody. The third one was stop making assumptions and drawing conclusions. Then the fourth one was remove all boundaries that you've set for yourself. Then the fifth one was utilize and optimize your imagination. Then the fifth one was stop setting tests for people, because these very tests, even you wouldn't pass. Then number 6 was terminate the blame game and start being accountable, which basically means take responsibility for your actions. And then there are just these 3 things that I recommend that you can maybe sort of adopt as a part of your daily routines. Like when you wake up, just try this. Just smile. Even if it's for 5 seconds, just smile. You don't have to smile at somebody. You can just smile. Why? Because you are awake. You are breathing. Some other people out here don't even have that benefit of breathing. Some people didn't wake up. So just smile. Then learn to laugh. Oh my God. I think for my age, I really look young. People ask me, "Oh, why do you look so young?" I think one of definitely the key things is that I laugh. There is no day that passes without me laughing. A lot of people take themselves too seriously. Life is not that deep. So stop taking yourself so seriously. Just ensure that a daily, at least once, you find something silly to laugh at. Yeah, laughter. It does so much. You know how the doctor says an apple a day keeps the doctor away? So laughing actually keeps aging far, far away from you. You will forever be young if you laugh a day. Then the third one is just celebrate every little achievement. A lot of people wait for the final destination. Unfortunately, there's no such thing because success is a journey, it's not a destination. So what you need to be doing is every little achievement that every little goal that you achieve, you need to celebrate it, because those little goals put together are the ones that are going to eventually make you successful. But if you don't have a grateful heart, a heart that is driven by gratitude, being grateful for every little thing that you have because somebody out there wishes for it, you will not unlock your full potential. Yeah, that is just a video I wanted to make because Yeah, also I think for myself, I really needed, I'm somebody who's not a fan of writing. And really, if you undergo coaching, you will see that writing is something that they recommend highly. So normally when I do get an itch, to recognize something. So today, literally, all I wanted to recognize is how did I manage to trade misery for bliss? Because now it's very difficult for anybody to even do anything to really upset me. And if it does upset me, it's because I have taken the choice. I've made the choice to be upset. I think I'm going to end the video by saying, guys, just always be conscious that even if you don't choose, not choosing is a choice. The video has come to an end. I hope all of you, I will share this with someone. I think this is probably something that somebody needs to hear. Somebody who's stuck in misery and they just feel like they'll never come out. They can actually come out. It has. I am a witness of that. So share this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and just leave your comments. Just tell me about your journey. How did you overcome some of these challenges that life throws at us, or if you are still stuck in a circumstance that really makes you feel stuck, what is it? And then we can obviously like just discuss, and then eventually, because really I'm telling you, yeah, probably like 3 and a year, yeah, it will make it, it would be like 3.5, yeah, years ago. Yes, March to be specific. 3.5 years ago, beginning of April, end of March. Yeah, yeah. I like literally things happened in my life that made me hit rock bottom, and I just, you know, mentally, and I just didn't think at that time I could overcome it. But actually I have. Over time I did overcome it, so it's beautiful. So I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to say thank you so much for coming and listening to this video. Yeah, have a good Thursday. Bye.